is a beautiful afternoon for grilling. So that's what we're going to do. This time on Migueltio, the North Country Latino, we're going to make Pescado, Enpapelado a la Brasa. Or what's that? That is grilled fish in tin foil. And we're going to start over here with these beautiful 4 fish fillets. And they can be any kind of fish you want. It doesn't matter. I've got tilapia, very common. You can use anything you catch or anything you can buy. We're going to start off by marinating these little buggers for a little while. Not too long though. Going to take a bottle of clam juice. You can get your clam juice in any seafood section in the store. I know it's weird putting clam juice on fish. You know, why not fish juice? But what are you going to do, you know? So put that on there. And I'm going to take a little of my bottle of Jacqueline Bahu or Bahue. Any of you California fans can help me with this out there. It's a California wine. Remember I won those California wines back in the spring? Well, this is one of them. This tastes very good. It's their rosé, and this little marinade calls for a little cooking wine. So it's like I had this open. So I'm going to put a little Jacqueline Bahue on my fish just to give it a little flavor more than just your regular dry blah, blah, blah. So there we go. Add that to the mix. Just a little bit. A little in this corner too. You can already tell it's liking that. And of course we just take a little bit of vinegar. I like apple cider vinegar for anything I cook with if I can. Since it's the only flavored vinegar I got in the house, why not? Just a little bit here, like maybe a drop. And of course, just a tiny little shake of the adobo. You can't go too wrong. You don't want to have too much sodium in it though. Just a little bit. This is so big it's like I'm taking me work just to get it to the top of, there we go. Top of the jar, you know. But it's great to have a lot of adobo so you can use it. It goes a long way. And you just let that marinate for about 5 or 10 minutes. And then we'll do the next step. Now, while that is marinating, you can start the sauce. The sauce is what's going to go over it when you put it all in the grill. It goes inside the foil, because this is going to be a foil grilled fish. So you take a good couple of tomatoes, beautiful from our local farmer's market. I'm going to cut them up. And any of you who get anywhere near a farmer's market this summer, or any kind of fresh produce stand, go to it. Because you get a lot of fresh produce stands. We happen to have a farmer's market and one of the fresh produce stands who get their produce from farmers markets and bring it in and sell it. And if you can do either one of those two, by all means, the summer is the best time. Some of you in some states, you get more other times a year than just the summer. I remember when we lived in South Carolina, we had that awesome brooches stand downtown King Street. That all the fruits and veggies you can get in times other than June, July, August, whatever. It was just absolutely amazing. I'm cutting my tomatoes up. This is like your salsa to go over the fish. So you're hand making your salsa. Eventually I'm going to put this whole thing in a bowl so I can guide it over each fish before I wrap it in the foil. So I take my tomato, there we go, proved you I cut it. Put it in the bowl. And a couple weeks ago when I was working the Boonville Fair, one of the guys came up to me and handed me an onion and said, here. He was one of the produce farmers locally who was bringing food to the carny workers and gave me an onion on the way in because I was doing the gate to let the carny workers in and out and everything for security. And this farmer gave me one of his huge honking onions. This onion is going in the salsa. You can't get more homemade than that in the local area than having a farmer hand it right to you. So whoever his farm was, I wasn't able to get his name. Whoever the farm was, I hope that farm is going just awesome this summer, you know, and this fall for the harvest. So I'm peeling this onion. I don't think I've seen too many this big in the store. Not the white ones. You can get like the big red Spanish onion and stuff like that. I mean, good onion's a good onion. You gotta buy it, you gotta buy it. But this one was a gift, so I am honored to put it into my salsa tonight. I'm going to use about half of it, since it's so big, you know. About this much. About you want a good cup of onion. So I'll put the other half of it aside for another meal. We have Hotzenberg sometime this week, so we'll probably go good on hamburger, you know what I'm saying? Chop up my onion. Oh, this is a beautiful onion. A lot of times you get those onions, they're worn in the middle, and you can't really see on the outside. You open them up and like, ew. Not this one. Not this one, my friends. And you want to work a good onion with a good chop too. Don't just say, yeah, and it's half done. Chop it up real good. Let it do the work to be able to execute its flavor into your food. You know what I'm saying? Because if you only put a few pieces in, it's not going to share the wealth that is the onion. There we go. It's going into that same bowl with tomatoes. Oops, a couple pieces fell out. Now I got, you gotta wash your veggies. You know what they've been saying this summer about all that stuff. Even if it's local, wash it. Don't take any chances. I washed the onion and tomato, believe me. These are a couple of serrano peppers. Yeah, they're gonna add a little zest to your salsa. And hopefully a good zest to your fish too when it's all said and done. This is a Mexican recipe, by the way, if any of you who didn't know. Chop up that pepper. Some people like the seeds in, some people like the seeds out. I'm like, if it's a big green bell pepper, you know, you can get the seeds out. If it's these small peppers, you can't. Don't worry about it. It's not like they're poisonous. Give it a little more flavor. Give it a little chop. I mean, it's already in little pieces. But again, spread that pepper around. I mean, I could do this in a food processor or whatever and come out like just a big juice. And you know, a good salsa's got depth to it. So sometimes lay off the food processor. I mean, if it calls for that, go for it. But don't worry about it. Get out the big knife instead of the food processor if you want some depth to your salsa. There goes the pepper. Forgot to go to garlic. Gotta get the garlic out. A little garlic in a big jar goes a long way. This jar has lasted me since last winter. Can you believe that? Believe it. These big, huge Goya jars, and it's about ready to get the fish in it. So I'm just finishing up the salsa. Slippery. There we go. Tiniest little bit. And then I'm going to add a little bit of cilantro. Excuse me. There it is. About half a cup. So this is a quarter cup, so a couple of these. Good cilantro goes a long way too. Stir that salsa around. There we go. I don't want to dump it on you, you know? Not that I dump it on you, but I don't want to dump it and you're trying to see the video here. Bring those tomatoes up to the top. Because you're going to put a little of this over each fish. And then wrap it in the foil. Alright, now I'm going to ready the area here for the marinade and the fish and the foil to go together. Big pieces of foil you want. Take one, bring it over, set her down. Brush it with a little of the marinade and the foil around it too, so that the marinade isn't totally out of the picture. And around the foil, so that flavor is locked in. Pour a little of salsa over it. Put a little back in, because remember, you're going to have 4 of these, so you want it to be even. Get it all centered around the fish. And then you're going to wrap it up. Ready for grilling. There's one. Well, we got 3 done, so that means this is the last one. It's about ready to go on the grill, if you ask me. And get your grill nice and preheated, and it'll be ready to go. So to the grill they go, and that grill is preheated. So you're going to put each one on and give it about 12 minutes each side. So we'll have it like this for 12 minutes and then turn it over. The good thing about fish is it doesn't take as long as poultry or other meats to cook. You very rarely, unless you really don't know what you're doing, have a problem cooking fish. So we'll see when it's done. Alright, so we got them turned. So another 12 minutes on the other side. And it is smelling good, so it's time to take this up. Let me switch off my gas. Under the grill. Turn the flames off. And it's time to bring it home. There, I got the last one out. That opened a little bit, oh well. Time to bring it in. Oh, look at that. Very good under the foil. Now that looks great on the plate. And look how tender it came out. Cuts right off there. Fish usually does that for you if you cook it right. You hardly ever have a problem with fish being raw. And add a little beans to it, because hey, this is Mexican. Beans go with good Mexican food. And then here are corn, fresh from the farmer's market. And that, my friends, is a Pescado Enpapelado a la boya. And this is another awesome episode of Migueltio, the North Country Latino. And a shout out to a couple friends, to Ana in España for your awesome shopping, Ana, and to Shannon in New York, Shannon Gilstead for your first day on the job in Queens. Eat up, everybody, it's dinner time. Holy cow, we forgot about El Postre, dessert, homemade chocolate cheesecake with blueberry topping. El Gran Spectaculo de la Costa Costa.